Hi, my name is Shantan, and in this device session I am going to show you how to configure and run tenant routed multicast or TRM in IX network. Before going into the configuration details in IX network, let us first understand what TRM is all about. TRM provides IP multicast solution in data center using interoperability between EVPN VXLAN and NGM VPN as defined in RFC 6513 and RFC 6514. What happens is the sender P would advertise the reachability of multicast source using EVPN Type 2 MAC IP route or Type 5 IP prefix route instead of L3 VPN route or UMH route. Receiver P utilize one of these EVPN routes to advertise C multicast route, that is shared tree join or source tree join C multicast route. The provider tunnel type that is supported in TRM are either PMSM or PMSSM or ingress replication. Uh, Now I will show you how to configure TRM in IX network using one of these tunnels. For that, I have two back-to-back connected ports where already two OSPF routers are created. So this router would act like P routers or spine routers. Now on topology 1, let me first add the sender P. For that, I need to select MVRF as well as I need to select EVPN VXLAN. Let me rename this device group as sender PE and then change multiplier to 1. On topology 2 also let me add another PE and let's assume this PE is a receiver PE. Just as in previous case, I would choose MVRF as well as EVPN VXLAN to create a receiver PE. Let me change this multiplier to 1 and then rename this device group to receiver PE. Okay, let's assume sender P is loopback IP is 2222 and receiver P is loopback IP is 1111, and then let me configure the BGP so that they work back to back. Also, let me make sure that in capabilities IPv4 multicast VPN is enabled and VPN is enabled, and in LAN route filters IPv4 multicast VPN is enabled and EVPN is also enabled. Now let's assume there is one IPVRF and one MAC-VRF for sender PE, and for IPVRF the route target is 100:100. So we have to configure that in export RT of BGP MVRF, And also we need to configure the same route target in L3 export route target. And in EVPN VXLAN, make sure that enable L3 target list is enabled. Let's do similar change on the receiver PE as well. And in this case, RT is 100:100 in MVRF as well as in L3 export route target. And L3 target list is enabled. Now let us enable TRM. For that, let's go to sender PE's BGP MVRF, and here in multicast you will find a checkbox enable TRM. If you enable this, automatically it changes to PIM SSM, and from the drop down, though these many options are available, when TRM is enabled, user can only choose either of PIM-SM, PIM-SSM and ingress replication, since only these tunnel types are supported when NGMVPN is configured in TRM mode. So you can change it to, for example, ingress replication or PIM-SM, but you cannot change it to, for example, BIER. So let's assume that it is PIM-SM, and in case of PIM-SM, there is no need to advertise the IPMSI route. Let's disable this, and in PMSI tab, let's assume that ptunnels group address is 227.0.0.0, and since tunnel type is PMSM, this should be same as sender P's loopback IP, and sender P's loopback IP is 2.2.2.2. And in upstream downstream assigned level, the VNI that is to be used for IP multicast has to be configured. Let's assume that is 100, sorry, that is 1000. Now let's go to receiver P, and let's first enable TRM and then choose multicast tunnel type as PMSM, and then in PMSI let's configure same values here, except in sender address, proot node address, where it should be 1.1.1.1. Now on sender P side, let me first add the multicast source EVPN type 2 route. So I will add MAC plus IP here. Let us make sure it is connected to EVI, and let's assume that the L2 VNI is 500 and L3 VNI is 1000, and in the advanced checkbox you will see one checkbox include VRF route import extended community, which is enabled but which is grayed out. So this is for usability purpose. So when TRM would be enabled, any MAC IP route that is added to EVI should have this checkbox enabled automatically. So this will make sure that type 2 MAC IP route when advertised would carry VRF route import extended community with it. And let's also add a IP prefix pool connected to MVRF. So this is only for creating traffic. It's not needed for control plane because for multicast source reachability already type 2 route is configured. So no need of L3 VPN route. But just to configure traffic, this has to be created. And here in BGP L3 route range page, you can just disable this active checkbox because user doesn't want it to be advertised as L3 VPN route. And enable as IPv4 sender side, this checkbox has to be enabled. And in sender side, let's say the C multicast group address is 225.0.0.0 and then source address. So this address should be same as the IP address in MAC IP route, which is 200.2.1.0.1. So let me configure 200.2.1.0.1. And then on the receiver P side also, let me add the receiver. So here no EVPN route is needed. It's just enough to add the prefix pool connected to BGP MVRF for receiver side. And in BGP L3 MVPN route range, let's disable IPv4 sender side and enable IPv4 receiver side. You can see the checkbox for active column is already disabled, and here let's assume that C multicast route type is source tree join and start group address is 225.0.0.0 and source address is the same as the source as I have configured on the other side, which is 202.1.0.1. Now this is the basic minimum configuration needed for the control plane for sender PE and receiver PE in TRM mode. Let's start protocol. Now on the receiver side, first let me fetch EVPN LAN info, and here it's just normal EVPN type 2 route where we can see the MAC and IP is the multicast source IP address. And now receiver P would use this route to send that C multicast route towards sender P. And on sender PE, let's fetch MVPN LAN info, and in IPv4 C multicast route, you can see that receiver P has advertised the source tree join that has been configured. Other than this, also since P tunnel type is PIM-SM, so PIM has to be configured on this P routers or spine routers. So let me add PIM as well. When P-tunnel type is PIM-SM, one of the duties has to perform the role of an RP or rendezvous point. On the PIM router, on the sender side, if PIM-SM is used, sources should be 1, and here uh, the group address of PIM-SM used in um, PMSI tunnel has to be configured 227.0.0.0, and source address would be same as sender P's IP address, which is 2.2.2.2, and start with null registered. This checkbox should be enabled, and then RP address field should be filled up. Let's assume in this case RP address is 5.5.5.5. So it will ensure that this device sends a null register towards RP so that multicast traffic could flow from sender to receiver. And on the receiver side's PIM router, there should be one join prunes, and in PIM join prune the range type should be start G, and RP address should be 5.5.5.5, and group address should be 227.0.0.0. So it will make sure that receiver side's PIM would advertise PIM join for 227.0.0.0 towards RP. Now let's start all protocol again. And now let's create traffic, and for traffic the source here should be IPMSI sender site, and multicast group should be 225.0.0.0. This is the C multicast group that has been configured, and you can see the encapsulation type. Actually the IP multicast packet is encapsulated within VXLAN header, and in preview we can see that outer destination address is 227.0.0.0, which is provider tunnel's multicast IP address, and source address is sender P's IP address, which is 2222, and in VXLAN header VNI used is 1000, and finally the inside VXLAN header the multicast packets source IP is 202.101 and destination address is 225.0.0.0. So far I have shown you one variant of tunnel, which is PIM-SM. There are also two other variants possible, which is PIM-SSM and ingress replication. For that, in BGP MVRF, multicast tunnel type should be either PIM-SSM or ingress replication. In fact, PIM-SM and PIM-SSM has the same configuration. In ingress replication, those group address or sender IP address, those are not needed, only VNI is needed. And when tunnel type is ingress replication, there is no need of configuring PIM on the connected routers or P routers. When it is PIM SSM, then the PIM router should be there, but there is no need of configuring any sources specifically. And on the receiver side PIM, in case of PIM SSM, the range type should be SG, and in source address field it should be sender P's IP address. So this is how other tunnel types has to be configured for TRM. And also C multicast could be either uh, in PIM SM or PIM SSM. So in my example I have shown only source tree join, which is used in PIM SSM, or it could be shared tree join as well, where CRP address need to be configured. On the sender side, SPMSI could be used as well, but currently SPMSI is only supported for PIM-SM and PIM-SSM and not for ingress application. So in here as well, you can see checkbox enable TRM, and when TRM is enabled, you can fill all the relevant information here. Finally, other than MAC IP route, IPv6 route is also used to advertise the reachability of multicast source. And if you add one, here apart from regular configuration, you can see in advanced tab that there is a checkbox include VRF route import extended community, which is enabled if TRM is enabled. That's all I have for TRM. Thank you for watching.